Hello, hello, hello. What is up? What is up? This is Alert Wolf here. Gonna bring you another anime review. This one is of Hakkenden, which I really mispronounced in the first two reviews I did, but whatever. Hakkenden, 8 Dogs of the East, Episode 3. And this one is called The Approaching Demon. And basically, this one starts off, what's his face's brother, Kabungo's brother's being tortured, Genpachi. And, he's being tortured by Father Sirain, and his freaking prey, his bug things. I don't know what they are. And, so there's that. And then after that, we get a scene with, Hamaji. See? I got that name. Ha! It took me 3 reviews. Hamaji is how you pronounce that. I am getting better. Hamaji is talking to Osaki, and basically those two really like each other. And she's like, well, and they're flirting around. This is at night. He's like, why don't you drink some wine with me, girl? She's like, yeah, I don't think so. It's like, besides, you don't like me. I'm not attractive. I'm not hot. You want a hotter girl. He's like, I don't know. I like spending time with you, though. So they're a little flirty back out. You know, even though you're not much to look at, girl, you know, and you're sassy, I think I'm digging you more and more. And she's like, smooth talker. She's like, so you don't want me to go, huh? He's like, no, I don't want you to go. Because he that's one of the things he said. He's like, so you're leaving? And she's like, oh, I can't talk to you. You're drunk. And, so, you know, he declares how he feels for her with this flirting around back and forth, and she likes him too. So then the next day happens, they go out to the market again. I try this new ice cream, which is liver flavor, and Shino cannot stand. And you know, we also get you know, and even before that, we get Genpachi's and Kabunji's father. Now, what you find out is Genpachi is not actually he's considered a son of the family. What happens was he was the daughter's fiance, and it was rumored that the daughter killed herself because of the boyfriend, but really it was a tragic accident, according to the father, which everybody grieved for. It took us a while to get back, but he's a son to me. He's my son, basically. And we know you have him. We want him back. And so just like Kabunji tried asking, but this time he did it more privately. It was he was still turned down. So, and he's like, oh, we just have a demon here, but you should keep looking for your son. So he's being a dick. And one more thing, because I forgot this. They basically, Sosuke asks Shino who is Satomi to him, and he's like, this is the guy who gave me the sword. Or he saved our lives back there, so he's the one who gave you the sword. He's like, listen, it's none of your business, don't get angry, I just owe him. And so there's that tension. Alright, now back to, now that I sidetracked it. Alright, so then, Kabungo, goes and is arguing with the military police people because they're about to fire his brother for going AWOL. And he's like, I don't care if he is a captain, he has to be here, you know. He's like, you jerk. And then he gets thrown out and lands on Shino once again. Uh, and so this time they go, he treats them to some food, he goes to where he's staying and the innkeeper and all that. And, you know, he gets treated to some food. Then, as they're leaving, Kabungo explains that the monks have his brother. And he goes, but that's not something for tourists, and walks away. Then you have the two members of the two guys from the four houses talking and explaining that they've captured a demon. And he's like, oh man, I feel sorry for the demon. Alright, so the next big revelation we get is Satomi tells them about their beads. Well, and he has their beads that they had lost a long time ago. So he tells them about the beads and the 8 dogs of the East and that whole legend. So we get the backstory-ish. So it's almost like, actually it's almost like that last Snow White movie. There was an evil hot queen who went on a rampage, and you know, she kind of conquered the kingdom. She was full of smiles and lies, and she went all the way to the capital. And then under her reign, darkness prevailed over the land, murder, all that crap, bad stuff. Until one day a princess arose, and she'd given. They said there's 8 jewels total. Each of her warriors had a jewel that represented something different, and hence the 8 dogs of the East, and they were able to defeat the Wicked Witch. I mean the other chick, and there's your legend. They even broke it up with a little bit of comedy in telling the story. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Shino's bead is of I gotta cheat and look here. Shino's bead is of devotion, and Sosuke's beard would be of duty. Bead would be of duty. And what happens is it kind of goes with their personality, honestly. So that's what happens. You have them going, and Sosuke agrees immediately to go on the hunt for the beads, whereas Shino's like, oh, what was going on? He's like, well, remember, it was none of my business, so I just figured we'd do it. He goes, but what about your bead, man? That's your bead. He's like, yeah, whatever. And so next we get a scene where Genpachi is being tortured, and Genpachi is now I believe Genpachi has a bead too. They all have the same marks, so, and they have transformation, you know, so I'm assuming he has a bead. I don't know what his bead is, but I'm assuming he represents one of the 8 warriors and he has a bead. So then see, the whole purpose was torturing him to the point where he turned demonic and transformed. And when he, in this state, because he reached there from utter fatigue, he's going to want to eat evil spirits or powerful spirits. So the monk was hoping he would lead him to a even stronger catch. And so what happens is, he immediately, of course, zeroes in on Shino and the crow blade there. And Shino leads him away from the town. His brother Sosuke transforms into a dog, or a wolf, and follows him. They land on this bridge outside of town, and there within one, when Genpachi grabs Shino sees his backstory, which is all about how his chick died, and that he was captured, and that he's in pain for becoming a monster, and he's trying to fight it. And so he explains to his brother that this guy is just like us, and he had suspected he was human too before this. So he's just like us, and we have to help him. And I think he's Kabungo's brother. And just then the monks show up with their with the evil insects that Seijuru or Suru. Let's see if I pronounce this dude's name right. Alright, I believe his name is What's this? I think I'm right. Seiru. I'm right. Saren. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. Saren. And, so they fight the insects. And then he orders the monks to shoot them with arrows. Shino bats away the ones that are coming at him. And he says, let's jump into the river. Even though the monks were hesitant at first to shoot at a child. Because technically he's just a kid and his dog and his sword. You know what I'm saying? And there's a demon right behind him, but an Oni. And so he falls in the water. And the dog, his brother, takes a shot, an arrow for him. Genpachi takes about 3 arrows before he falls in the water. And all 3 of them go in. Now when he falls in, his sword is falling and his brother's falling. And he doesn't grab his sword. He grabs his brother. And he pulls him in close to him. But when they hit the water, the current was so strong that it rips. I mean, he only has a 13-year-old body, so it rips it out of his hands, the dog out of his hands, and him, the dog, and everybody else gets washed away. And that's the end of the episode. That's the cliffhanger. The next episode, I believe, is called Homecoming. So, and I think that obviously referring to Genpachi returning home. And so it's clear to me that obviously this douche monk, Seiran, is the villain so far, at least in the beginning. And I'm sure he's going to be dispatched, shortly. I don't think he's going to be a lingering threat. Or he may be. Who knows? Now, this episode had good humor. It had a lot of exposition in it, but they broke it up in such a way that you didn't feel bored by listening to it. Because just at the point where it could have gotten boring, you had the main character saying, "Oh, this is boring," and cracking a joke. So stuff like that really can work if you have a lot of story to get through, and that's what this episode did. I don't know what the hell that was. Sorry about that noise. So there you go. Having said that, I think I'm gonna give this episode I'm gonna give it a 4. And the reason for the 4 is because we got a large chunk of the story that we haven't gotten in the first 2 episodes, and it was done in a good way. We got some action, some comedy, but we got the guts of at least the background information to the story. I mean, obviously there's going to be more story, but we got a good chunk of story in this one, and I enjoyed that. So the series hasn't disappointed me yet, and that is pretty good. And I'm assuming it's not going to, unless they butcher the ending or something. But so that being said, this is Alert Wolf here, telling you to click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and please, please, please subscribe if you can. And this is me signing out.